evening, good afternoon, depending on wherever you at. The time's recording. This is episode 158 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. And boy, this is going, man, the trouble we went through just to start this episode, man. We're definitely gonna have a bloopers segment. Definitely be on the lookout for the behind the scenes because it's just honestly hilarious. But listen, we're going straight basketball today. A lot of basketball, important basketball. We're talking playoff basketball right now. The conference finals is starting right now. The Celtics and Pacers are currently playing as we speak at the time of the recording. So 37-45, Pacers 37, Celtics 45. So we're literally in the middle of the game, but we're giving you guys an episode to talk about to give you guys our analysis and of course our predictions for this current matchup, and also to give a little walk back and talk about some of the best things that happened in the second round of the playoffs, because boy, did we have some historic matchups, great matches that we could talk about this for years upon years. So before we even start to the episode, Kyrie, introduce yourself to the people, man.
Yo, what's going on, viewers? What's going on, guys? Glad to be back with y'all, man. Let's give you guys a good episode. Shout out to y'all that been viewing our latest episodes, been subscribing. We're just gonna keep pushing out the product for y'all, man. Y'all who we do it for. So.
Absolutely, Kyrie. Couldn't have said it better myself. Kendrick, introduce yourself to the people, man.
Man, you already know who it is. Smartest man on the podcast, as I always say.
Yes,
Little
sir.
side note here. I just wanna say this right now. I'm actually in history right now in Tennessee because no. It's actually a crazy thing. It's a booming season of cicadas. So they're like these bugs that just make noise and are just loud. It's like their year to have like all the babies be born. So I've been in cicada season, so it's so loud outside all the time. Like think of a constant helicopter noise just in the background the entire day.
That's uncomfortable.
It's actually terrible. But other than that, we're about to have a good show, and
I hope you can tune them out, bro. That shit sounds fun.
no, it really is terrible. It's terrible.
And Magic, last but not least, man, we can't forget Magic, man. Come on, introduce yourself to the people out here.
Definitely has some magic going on because you see who's in the conference finals. But we'll get to that. But, we're gonna have another great episode. I just want to see where this one goes because I'm ready for this one.
I'm ready for this one too, man. Listen. Before we talk about the current matchups, man, we're gonna do a little walk back to the second round. I mean, I'm swinging with Kyrie. Listen, man, we had some great matchups, especially in the West. The West always gives us these great battles. Just give me some of your takeaways from just the second round playoffs itself. Some of the players you thought really stood out, whether it be a role player or a star, and what team, in your opinion, were you kind of surprised, by them really going on to the next round?
Well, I won't spend too much time on it because I want to hear the other guys' opinions too. But I'll start off with the Dallas Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder series.
Yeah.
Our last playoff episode that the X factor was pretty much going to be their big men and Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, and that showed in the rebounding and
sure did
that they put on the Thunder throughout that 6-game series. Look at the numbers. They out rebounded them per game. They had more offensive rebounds than them. And you could tell it was just certain points out the game. Like I don't think I've ever seen so many lives, probably since the live City Clippers in like a series or like in a game, like just from both teams, honestly, because Chet was getting his stuff. Chet was getting his work in too.
Yeah.
Just the pressure that the Mavs was able to put on the rim, with Gafford and Lively as lob threats, with them rebounding and getting them extra possessions, getting Kyrie extra possessions, getting Luka extra possessions. Yeah. And Luka just stepping up to the plate, even though he was banged up, he was hurt. He seemed like he got hurt every game throughout the playoffs so far. He just been banged up. And he's still been battling. He's still been going one-on-one at guys, one-on-one at.
Whoa. We're facing some technical difficulties. He'll hop right back in. Kendrick, I'll swing to you before me and Mari go at it. Before was that bad it was gonna be like, but I'm gonna let you get your 2 cents in. Oh, Kyrie hopped on. Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. But go ahead, Kendrick, until Kyrie regains himself.
Yeah, my bad.
All right.
King's bag.
That's my bad. Technical difficulties.
Take your time.
like I said, Luka Doncic was really out there battling and putting in work too, putting up 30 balls, getting his guys involved. You've seen him on the defensive end, mostly as a help defender. Um, I really, you can't give him enough credit, honestly. There was times where Kyrie was, in my opinion, he was deferring a little bit too much, and he wasn't really delivering in clutch moments and crunch times, and Luka was there to like kind of alleviate that pressure. And but on the Thunder's end, I said their X factor would be Luke Dort. But he kind of got outplayed in certain games because he got in foul trouble really bad.
Yeah.
He fouled out one game in last game in game 6. He had 5 fouls, and he was able to end the game off
Without
without
fouling, yeah.
foul. But he that kind of prohibited him from being aggressive and really playing like how he naturally is on the defensive end. And
Yeah.
that kind of hurt them down the line when it came to loose balls, when it came to containing Luka, containing Kyrie, and guys like that. So yeah, that's I had the Mavericks winning the 7, but they wanted the 6. But those are my X factors. And for the Thunder, it didn't work out, but for the Mavs, it did. Now to the Wolves and out to the Wolves and Nuggets, yo, that series, bro. If they didn't give you all a heart attack, I don't know what would, yo. Because
It was lopsided.
we thought
Left.
they was we thought they would losing 2 games at home, putting up 80 points in game 2 at the
Can
crib
we talk
without
about the Nuggets getting blown out by 45?
like, bro, like
Excuse me?
it was looking bad, bro.
Kendrick, can we talk? Can we discuss this, please? I mean,
But
What you got to
wow, 45.
they came back though, won 2 games in Minnesota crib. I'm sorry, Nikola Jokic did his thing, was going 1-on-1 at Rudy Gobert, was really being aggressive. He told Jamal Murray, even though he struggled to hit the 20-point mark consistently, he was still out there, still trying to be aggressive, still looking for his shots. And Aaron Gordon had his moments. But when it came down to it, bro, in game 7 and even in game 6, when I think the Nuggets put up 70, like we gotta shout out Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
He,
he did his job defensively.
he did his job defensively, bro.
He did.
And we talk about consistently how he hasn't showed up in the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
the few times they've been there. But these past couple of games, bro, when they made the shift, we're like, nah, like you guarded him, Rudy. You go to guard. You're gonna guard Aaron Gordon, bro. You're gonna be backside hook, like because it was 2 things. One, Carl Towns was meeting Gobert before he got the ball. He was making contact with. I mean, I'm sorry, he was meeting Jokic before he got the
Yeah,
ball.
Jokic.
Making contact with him and was still making him uncomfortable and making him work for his shots. He still put up buckets, but he had to work for him a lot more than when Rudy was guarding him. Rudy let him get the ball and did his work later, trying to get the block at the end.
Right.
And that let him go. That leads him to going for pump fakes, going for fakes and stuff like that. And either Jokic finding an open man and getting the bucket. That's how he was abusing him in games 3 and 4. But in game 7, bro, Cat locked up. Anthony Edwards locked up Jamal Murray. Murray he started off hot with
Sure did.
but only had 11 in the second half. And even though Anthony Edwards he had a bad shooting, I think he went like 8 for 24 or something like that, or 6 for 24. But defensively, he locked in when need be. He really put the clamps on Jamal Murray. Was meeting him full court, was talking to him, and he did they all did all the necessary things. Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed came in clutch when Karl Anthony Towns
Listen, man. If anybody had any complaints about Nas Reed, even though it's a regular season award, you can't say nothing after watching that playoff performance. You really can't.
Exactly. He had the put back dunk, the offensive rebound,
Clutch, boy.
Like and this is what I remember. We had the argument a little bit like earlier in the season, Colin. We gave our 6-man prediction. You saying, "Yo, Malik Monk's doing this, Malik Monk's doing that," and I get it. Numbers wise, he's doing what he was doing, and he really did help the Kings. But Nas Reed, bro, brings a different type of. He just brings a different type of vibe off the bench, whether he's filling in for Rudy or he's filling in for Cat, bro, because one, he's so savvy with the ball, and he's able to handle the ball. So he had shades of Cat with him in there, and you can look to him to score. And he's also a good help defender. He's athletic. He can test at the rim. So he's a very good all around big, and just the stuff he does to plug in for those guys, like we seen with Cat going to foul trouble, or Rudy's just having trouble overall defending Jokic. You can plug Nas in there for a few minutes and just let him go crazy. And we seen that, bro, and that's how the Wolves is able to knock that off, bro.
Oh man, listen, great analysis, great viewpoint, definitely. I mean, Cat, and I mean honestly, because we always knock Cat for his defensive struggles, but man, did he turn it around and really impacted on that side of the ball? Now it's really
He came a long way from that video that went viral with Boogie bullying him, bro. He came a long way.
yeah, man. Hey man, and then Boogie's out the league and Cat is crazy. You couldn't have told me years ago that'd be the situation, but here we are. Kendrick, I'm gonna swing it to you, man. Just give me your thoughts. What was some of the great things about the second round from both matchups in the West and the East? Just give me your thoughts. What key players stood out to you, role players, and what team surprised you?
I don't think I was surprised by no team in the second round in the West. To me, it went exactly how I expected. The OKC to lose. I mean, it was they lost in 6 games. They did win a couple, but I mean, I did expect them to lose, and they lost because of the reasons. It was because the big man situation. Like they could have made an actual run and had the chance to go to the finals, but that's so great to say because they are so young. So it's like we have that for years to come as long as everything works out. They stay together, they keep the core together, and they able just to keep gelling. And they just need a solid quality backup big man, and they would have been able to compete. That's it. They could have potentially beat Dallas if they had a backup big man, and that's what they were lacking. So it's
Kyrie, hold on, Kendrick. I just want to hold on to that thought. Kyrie, do you really think OKC is a little bit of draft talk? You really think OKC should just get Zach Edey then?
Bro, I don't see why not.
All right. Okay.
You don't. Or if Clint, I doubt it. Like they really need a big, bro.
Mark shaking his head. I'll get to you, Mark, but hold on, Kendrick. Finish your statement, man.
But yeah, so that's why, unfortunately, I mean, as expected, they lost due to not having a backup big man. So, what stood out from the Mavs is what I pointed out was the big man. They were going to be the obvious change of the big reason that they win, and so they showed it. To the Wolves, and actually, one last thing about the Mavs series, I want Kyrie to get going sooner. Like he was waiting until the second half to always get going, and I feel like that's cool, but you got to at least give yourself a little warm up to go like prepared in the second half instead of taking like half of the third quarter to get warmed up, then to be paired down the end. Like I see what you're going with, but like we're going to get into tougher times now since they're in the Western Conference Final going up against the Wolves, and they play better and more aggressive defense. So I feel like it's going to be I don't think we'll see a lot of high scoring games. I don't think we'll see a lot of high scoring games in this series. Maybe one or two, because they're both great enough. They're both great teams to be able to do that. So there might be one or two, but I don't think the whole series will be high scoring games.
That's fair.
But yeah, so I think Kyrie needs to get going earlier for this round to be able to actually make sure the team feels and be better and secure on winning each game. So I feel like that's the key factor. On to the other series. It was Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, disappointing.
Michael Porter Jr.
too. Caldwell Pope definitely was a disappointment.
I'm more so looking. What you say, Kyrie?
I was saying Aaron Gordon too. He disappeared in Game 7.
Man, AG, but he played, but he just stunk it up the worst moment though. That's true, Kyrie. That is true.
I mean, yeah, we could look and be like, yeah, you did bad in the most important game or the last game, but I mean, overall series, if you really look at it, it was Michael Porter Jr. That man in the 7-game series, he only had 2 games where he scored in double digits. 2 games.
Dang.
The rest, he game 1, 20. Game 2, 9. Game 3, 21. Game 4, 4. Game 5, 6. Game 5, 8. Game 7. Game 7, he had 7 points. Like you the third option on that team, and you putting up this. That's
Kendrick,
not winning basketball.
Kendrick,
That's not winning basketball.
I do want to add on to what you said too, because I actually saw a news report that said MPJ actually, apologized to the team after. So, hey.
Okay, I'm glad he did. What you mean? Like,
No, let's cut him some slack. And then you know what? I everything you're saying is true, Kendrick. I just feel like, man, maybe like the outside stuff was really like.
I was saying, how much of that do y'all think is from the stuff going on with?
Like, I really think the outside stuff was like the brother, then the other brother, and then it's like it was always something outside. Because that could affect someone's mental.
No. Hold on. Now let me ask you this. Now, when did all that stuff happen? When did all that stuff start?
Yeah.
When did it start? No, seriously.
I'm trying to think.
Right.
It happened in April, March.
Yeah, so that's what like round one, the end of the season of the playoffs.
Well, what was the brothers? His other brother, not the one that got not the scam.
So yeah, he had two of those. That was early. But if we go back to the Lakers series, he was putting up 20 points, and that just recently happened. I'm just saying.
Lakers.
What you mean? Like, you put up 20 points. You put up 20 points each game last series. Then you come in this series and you only give two. You only give two 20+ games. Only two games where you double digit.
That's fair. Okay.
Exactly. Right. It was no excuse. It was no excuse for round one. He was balling. He was looking like the third option. I don't want to hear it. He just stunk it up the next round.
Like, that's all it is. You talking about he apologized? He had to apologize. He had. You a shooter. You supposed to be scoring. You going 3 for 12 game 7, 3 for 9 game 6, 2 for 10 game 5.
Keeping it real. Straight to
zone. He only took 4 shots. Like, come on, like. Y'all got it. Like, it's like, come on, it was him. He had to apologize. He had to. You put up that type of performance. I'm sorry, guys. I wet the bed. Like I you mean? Like, come on, bro.
Okay.
But listen, the Wolves. I mean, honestly, the Wolves was. I felt like the Wolves was like, I don't know. They weren't taking it serious. Ant said it in the huddle, and I actually agree with what he was saying. They weren't aggressive when they were in the lead. Like, they got the lead and they put it on cruise control. They was like, they get up into a lead, they put it on cruise control. Oh, we good. We don't got to do much, we miss a couple shots, nothing to worry about. Not realizing that this is the playoffs, man. Like, y'all got to keep that pressure going, because they can always come back. They can always make a run, especially if they're home.
Exactly.
But yeah, them losing 2 games the back-to-back at home was a little shocking. Very, very, very unexpected. I figured, okay, if they lose 1, then they lose 1. But even though I had them sweeping them, but they ended up losing both of them. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was outrageous.
But
they were supposed to get swept.
For sure.
That was outrageous.
For sure. I brought the broom out for a reason, and they let me down.
They were supposed to get swept. When you start throwing stuff on the court, you're supposed to get suspended for games. But
everyone's
wait, Mark.
When you start throwing stuff on the court, you're supposed to get suspended for that, in my opinion. So they should have.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know when he had that rap.
All right,
he had that rap.
We taking it there.
Two things on the court. That's 2 games. Patrick Beverly got suspended for next season. Fuck out of here, like.
We're taking it there.
They were supposed to get swept.
All right, listen. Mark, since you got a lot to say, I'm gonna keep the spotlight on you. Just give me your thoughts on the second round on the East and West, and just some of the key things, and the players that stood out to you, and anything that surprised you from those matchups.
So I'm gonna save our series for last. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets. The Nuggets. What I've noticed about the Nuggets is they're a team that's solely focused on everyone does their job. What I mean by that, Michael Porter's not shooting well. He ain't thinking about getting an assist because that's not his role on the team. When you're not affecting the game scoring wise, you gotta affect the game somehow, somewhere else. And when your two stars have 69 combined, and no one else is rebounding, assisting, getting steals, getting blocks, like you're just shooting the ball. And or if you're Aaron Gordon, you what 2 for 5, 2 for 6. You don't even try to shoot the ball. And I had him for a 3 on my parlay. So yeah, when you're not aggressive, not trying to do anything else on the court, what are you there for? Like, so I feel like that's the Nuggets' problem. They look at Jamal and they look at Jokic like they're gonna assist, they're gonna get us involved, they're gonna. In the fourth quarter, they played a 2-man game. We're gonna relax, but it's like, bro, it's a game 7. If you lose, the series is over. Your season is over. I'm not trying to hear it. That's not my role. I don't do this. So I feel like the Nuggets have to work on that on top of working on their bench because the bench is just terrible. Like Aaron Gordon's your backup center. I mean, it worked last year. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but out of here, no. The Wolves, like I said, man, when your two scores have 69 combined and you only have 90 points total, you're definitely not gonna win the game. The Wolves, they were down 20. They just found other things to do, and the Nuggets just kept doubling Anthony Edwards, whose shot was broke all night. And he's swinging it to Jaden McDaniels. Step back 3. Mike Conley, 3. What are y'all doing? Are you retarded? You keep doubling a man who's not scoring and he's passing the ball. How dumb you have to be, Mike Malone. And that's another thing. I didn't know how Mike Malone was in the press conference talking about these stupid ass questions. You was on LeBron and them last year talking about daddy this, daddy that. Fuck out of here, nigga, take your L. Because that man, now, as far, but I will say this, Cat and Jaden McDaniels. Cat and Jaden McDaniels stuck out to me in that series because definitely didn't expect Jaden. I just thought Jaden McDaniels was all defense. I didn't think he could hit big time shots. Like down 20, that's the last nigga I'm passing it to, in my opinion. Down 20, down 20, I ain't giving it to Jaden, but he proved me wrong. Cat showed up in game 7.
Oh,
this is how I feel. In my opinion, I might be wrong. I haven't seen a lot of Wolves games. When I see Anthony Edwards starting off bad, I don't see him finish strong, in my opinion. He carried the game well at the end, but he didn't finish the game for them. Rudy Gobert had to turn around. So everyone.
That was outrageous. When he hit that shot.
That's my only thing about Ant. I don't think I see him finish strong when he shoots bad. And that's something he'll work on, obviously. So I like, that's something about this, like you said, like, Anthony Edwards was 6 for 24, but they still had guys that was out there to do different things. So I feel like the Nuggets need to just focus on their bench, and they got to tell people in the game 7, you got to do more than worry about shooting the ball. The Mavericks and the Thunder.
Oh, man.
It was supposed to be over in 5.
Oh, yeah.
Doncic just turned into LeBron at the free throw line. I don't know why. But he's not. I don't know what he is about his free throw percentage. I think he's like a high 70.
Yeah, he is.
Free throw percentage. So that was kind of expected. Yeah, the team is trash. You only got
PJ Washington. Oh, whoa.
I mean, the Thunder is trash. You only got SGA.
Hold on. Yes, yeah, he did.
Stop me coming tomorrow, bro. Because you trying to say Chet was trash.
Like, that's crazy. J-Dub trash too now. Oh, man. Everybody's trash.
Oh, goodness.
Everyone's trash.
Shut up. Shut up. 21, 13, 18, 13, 11, 19. Damn.
He a rookie, though. Reminds you, when he's doing all this, though.
Damn.
I mean,
19 points in 31 minutes.
Rookie.
37
He's a rookie.
13 points in 35 minutes.
Well, listen, I will tell you this much.
Have a double-double.
Can you shout out PJ Washington, Mark? Because PJ Washington came up clutch for you guys.
Hold on. Who else on the Thunder was doing their job outside of SGA?
You're trash.
How they trash though? How they?
Like who else on the Thunder went crazy?
In my opinion, they had a couple games where they might have showed up, but SGA, like, if it wasn't for SGA dropping a 30, they weren't even going to be in 10 points of the game.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, yeah.
That's true. I was, that's why I
No,
stopped.
I mean,
I'm okay. I'm not gonna say nothing to that. That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that though. You got to call the team out for that. Where's Isaiah Joe? Where Lou Dort's not? Lou Dort
they're
wasn't getting no
trash.
play.
No. They're not trash. You don't get to the number one seed in the West and it's trash. Clearly they. No, you.
Whoa.
Yes, you
Hold
do, yo.
on. Mark. Let me chime in real fast because you're talking that bullshit now. You're talking that BS. Did the Jazz deserve the number one seed when they lost to a Kawhi-less Clippers? And they broke the curse, but
no, that's absolutely true. No, that's true. That's true. That's fair.
I got another one
Wasn't
for
the
you.
Hawks the number one seed that year when they had Kyle
But,
Korver?
but that I said the West though. I said the West. I didn't say East, but that's fair too though.
Hold on. I got a West one for you. What was MVP Dirk the number one seed when 60 games losing to the We Believe Warriors?
isn't the Jazz in the West?
That's fair. I said Chris proved me wrong.
Like,
I'm not here. You got me.
SGA
I ain't nothing to say.
from game 1 to 6, SGA had 29, 33, 31, 34, 30, 36. Did you hear me? 35 times. Yes, bro. Like, it's not. I'm not saying they won't be better. I'm not saying they can't get better.
To say they trash is crazy though. I mean, hey,
what are they good?
It's everyone's first time in the real playoff. So listen, they'll come back and they really was lacking a big. I thought they could have used. Well, Gordon Hayward pretty much was a non-factor, but I just feel like he just.
Because they chose not to play.
What you mean?
Y'all chose not to play.
Yeah, obviously he's not factor because he doesn't play. Then obviously he's not.
But they. What'd you say?
But to speak on something real quick though, I don't want to say they trash like Mars saying, but there is a lack of ability when SGA is not in the game. Because if you notice, if you paid attention to the little things they would say, there would be times where SGA on the bench and they go on, and the OKC would go on a run. They would go on a run of missed shots, 7, 8, 9 in a row he's on the bench, and it's like you're looking why is it that?
But if you had watched them throughout the regular season, that's why I was just. I just gotta.
Okay, it's the playoffs.
I just gotta say, I get it. That's what I'm saying. It was really the first time. Hey, listen, next year they'll be back. They'll obviously do.
I mean, you saying that, but they swept in the first round, and then all of a sudden, then they
didn't get it went to how many
6 games? Yeah,
right.
6.
So it wasn't like it was just easy competition.
Shit.
You saying it's easy competition really wasn't.
We tricked off free throws in game 5. Y'all were done. We tricked off free throws. Shut up.
And your bench definitely held, right? Your bench was superior than ours. They outplayed us. That's fair. That's true too. Can't say nothing about that.
I have nobody outside of SGA. It's a young team on a come up.
No, but J Dub next year we'll have a different conversation. Same as it'll be a whole different conversation.
I'm comfortable being the number one option. He showed that he wasn't when the pressure's on.
Well, yeah. Well,
comfortable taking on that role that time.
Yeah, that was his time to step up. And unfortunately,
nobody else on that team could create their own shot for us.
Outside of shit, yeah, J Dub. But they do a lot of things well. Hold on a sec. They're not trash. Come on, man. Relax. Listen. You
gotta acknowledge the fact, like I said,
they're not trash. They might be a little under, they might not be
what you keep saying the same thing, but you're not acknowledging what we're saying. You're just not acknowledging what we're saying. You just keep saying they're not trash.
They got deficiencies, bro.
I also said they'll address that in the off season. They'll get a big man. They'll handle that. They'll probably get that situated draft, or they'll probably.
That's what I'm asking.
They still need a score.
Exactly.
It's gonna be playable in playoff situations next year.
Listen, we'll see. We'll see. Listen, this off season.
You got Josh Giddey on your squad.
All right, I can't say too much, but listen, man, I'm getting cooked. Listen, I'm getting cooked right now. Listen, we'll come back. We're gonna work on everything, individual to team. Whatever.
We're gonna work on
We're
everything. That's what
gonna
he
work.
says.
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We'll be back next year. We'll be back next year.
What about Philly? They gonna be back too. What happened? What's up with them, bro? What? Like, what we doing right now, bro? Let's be for
Like,
real.
bro, my man Luka didn't even play well in that series, bro. If Luka
We'll
would
be
average his normal
listen.
30 to 33,
Hey, what?
it's
Damn,
over
Thunder.
4. What are you talking? If he averages 33, 8, and 11, y'all out of here in 4. Come on.
I don't think we ever get swept. But
No, it would always go max 5 games because Dallas loves to lose the first game. It's consistently. Like every time, it's always it's consistent. They lose the first game and then they do their job. Like it's just like.
all right. Listen, we had a
So what
rough.
you're saying is on the parlay tomorrow, don't take them to lose. Copy.
Listen.
That's crazy.
That's what you
Take
just said.
that. I would personally take that. I would personally take that because it's consistent. It's been consistent. They lose the first game of the past like 5 or 6 series. They've lost the first game.
Oh, I did not know that. That's an interesting fact. Okay. Just that fact. All right. Listen, enough of you guys trashing the Thunder, the most superior team out of
That was
any.
just me. That was just me.
No, everybody was taking their shots. It's fine too. We'll be back. It's fine.
The most superior team.
You don't have a legit second option.
Bro.
So
That's trash.
we're going to the next. Don't say nothing, Mr. 45. We'll go on to the next.
Everybody thinks 45.
45. Listen.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
go to the next topic.
Superior.
Mr. 45. 45. Wait, 45. We gotta get to the next topic. We gotta get to the next topic. 45. 45. We gotta wait to the next. Let's do this. Listen, 45. Listen, 45. 45. Listen. 45. Listen, 45.
Or is it because the thunderstorms got so bad you couldn't stay down there? Maybe that's why.
That's crazy, Mr. 45 talking like this. Listen though, let's get to the next topic though.
See, that's why
Mr. 45. Look on, all right, check this out. With that being said, we're gonna give our predictions for the conference finals.
Wait, bro, we ain't talking about the East. I gotta talk about my boys losing. I'm pissed.
Yeah, we gotta talk. Well, you can't just skip over the East, bro.
Right, that's my fault.
We gotta talk about how the Knicks folded. I mean, not folded, but the injuries got them. My fault. I mean, that's
hold on. Wait, but that's true though. We gotta get to next. I'm sorry, I almost skipped over there.
Kendrick,
but
he was getting cooked too bad. He forgot all about him. He didn't.
Listen. No, hold on.
We'll got the best of him again.
Listen, Kyrie. That was promise. It was.
Listen, Kyrie. We're gonna.
Frustration.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Start with you, Kyrie. Go ahead. Give me your thoughts.
What the Knicks did was opposite of fold, bro, to keep it a beam with you. Once OG Anunoby went down, that should have been the series.
You guys was hurt, though. You guys were hurt.
I'm not even thinking about Jules and Mitch. They was done before the series. We won 2 games. We took 2 games at home. And but OG went down. That was the series right there, bro. And we took it to 7 still. Pascal Siakam didn't start going off until OG went down. He had 6'5" Josh Hart on him, and he just started pulling fadeaways on it because he got the height differential now. Isaiah Hartenstein was gat, bro. I could go on so much stuff. First, like, oh my god, it's like, bro, it's so much shit, bro. This is like if we was. Swear to God, bro. Let me put my shit. If we was healthy, dog.
Get yourself.
Bro, it would have been scary. It would.
It would.
Pascal not guarding Jules. Who's doing what with OG Anunoby?
Pascal not guarding.
Old guy off the bench helping with Deuce. Deuce was out, bro. It's just like it could have went so many different ways. But like I said, I'm not even worried about them guys that was out before the series.
Quick question, Kyrie, for you. I know I didn't mean to interrupt. You just said so. On Julius Randle, if he was healthy, is he even averaging 24? I mean, but before I say, let me just say, I do agree he would have made a difference, as in Jalen Brunson would have had more space to try to score himself. But Julius Randle, I believe so.
He definitely would have.
100%.
Because even if Julius Randle stunk it up, which he could have, that's still somebody else you got to look out for. Because that's still another star level player in the team. So they actually going to have to account for him. So I'm asking you, but do you think if he was healthy, he would be averaging his 24 like he did in the regular season?
Honestly, I don't think he would have because we know Jules in the playoffs. Let's be real. I'm not delusional. He could have given 18, but
Something like
he could have gave us 18 a game. A nice efficient 18. It still got his 9-10 boards, and we would have been fine because OG he showed to be a threat in the mid range, creating his own shot in the mid range. He's a good spot 3-point shooter. So on the offensive end, we wouldn't have lost our versatility, and Jules would have been as much as a black hole because we have more options where he don't got it going. He don't got to force as much. So with that being said, without Jules and without OG after game 2, it was really just on Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo had to step up to create like points from the perimeter. And Deuce McBride I got to shout out Deuce McBride too because he had some big moments in that series as well.
Yeah.
But Jalen Brunson on one bad foot had to make stuff happen, and we've seen it in games. I want to say game 3 on Mother's Day and game 6 and 7 where he just didn't have that lifter for his shot, and he didn't have that footwork. He was missing free throws. He was missing little mid range, those turnarounds that he always makes. And I can't lie, Aaron Neesmith being switched on to his primary defender outside of Andrew Nemhard helped a lot because he's a bigger defender. He covers a lot more space, and he was able to get up in his grill a little bit more. But Brunson was like he just wasn't himself out there, bro. And what really extended the series, in my opinion, was the play of Dante DiVincenzo because he had a couple of 30 balls in some games where he hit like 5, 6 threes, and the Pacers just was not covering him. They weren't putting a body on him, and he was just getting off. And to combine that with Josh Hart's grit, like rebounding, even though his shot wasn't there, still making winning plays, playing all game. He eventually went down with the abdominal strain. Like I get what I can at the end of the day, bro. I guess the Knicks fought to the very end, dog. And as a fan of the team, like that's all. I can be honest, this is all I wanted to see, bro. Because other teams would have folded. I don't think any other team in that position with 2 starters and 3 starters and a main bench contributor making that run and pushing the team to 7 games in the second round. I don't see many teams doing that. But to give the Pacers their flowers or whatever before I give it back to y'all, they did what they were supposed to do when it mattered. They got offensive rebounds and kept us off the glass when it mattered. Isaiah Hartenstein wasn't nearly the factor on the offensive glass that he was in the Philly series. And not having Mitchell Robinson help, but Precious Achiuwa wasn't really doing much. He wasn't spurt, but rebounding wise, he wasn't out there crazy neither. So they took the offensive glass away from us. Hadley Burton finally started being aggressive, and after the first game 3, also he finally started being aggressive and looking for his shot a little bit more. And there are others just flat out stepped up. Obi Toppin had moments where he was hitting threes and leaking out for transition fast breaks. TJ McConnell was a damn pest out there, making defensive end, getting finishes, hitting that mid range shot. Pascal Siakam, like I said, got the mismatch with Josh Hart when OG Anunoby went down. Was able to get buckets. Miles Turner was doing this thing. All the others stepped up, and at the end of the day, it's my saying, so I can't be too salty. The best ability is availability. And outside of Ben and Matthew, the Pacers got everybody available and they healthy, bro. And that's honestly why they was able to win the series and outlast us.
That's fair. That's a great analysis. I mean, I can't really disagree with you there. You guys really fought to the bitter end, literally. So that's all you can ask for as a fan. That's really all you can ask for as a fan. Kendrick, I'm gonna swing to you. We're in the East now. Just give me your thoughts on the Pacers and the Knicks matchup. Some things that stood out to you.
So, listen, this is what I meant by when I said the Knicks folded. They folded my prediction. They folded my prediction because they didn't win. I had them winning in 6. I didn't really have the Pacers winning because they just lacked the defensive ability. But the Knicks lacked healthy players. So it sucks that the Knicks lost that way because they just lacked health. Like, nobody was healthy. Everybody started getting hurt. And then Thibodeau, can Tibbs use the bench a little bit? Just a little bit, please. Had Alex Burke coming off the bench, gave you what, 17 and 19 in 2 games? Like
20 or 2.
Come on, use your bench a little bit. It's okay to go past your starters. It's okay. You can They there for a reason, I would hope so. What you got them? You just got them there for what? Practice dummies? Like, what's going on? Like,
hold on, Kendrick. Can I defend Tibbs though? Because we know it's a narrative that Tibbs overplays his players and plays all his guys 40 minutes. Luau Deng, Derrick, we overplayed Derrick Rose and into the ground. Like we get that, we understand. But this season, as far as the regular season goes, nobody played over 35 minutes a game. And yeah, there were still times where some could argue that he had his players in too late when we had a lead, when we had a 15, maybe 18-point lead or something like that. But what people got to understand is leads like that really don't mean nothing in this league no more. Like leads like that are going like this, a couple of threes back in the game. And it's just like, would you rather have your bench in the game in that situation, or would you rather have your starters in? And it's like, I used to be on that train or used to follow that narrative, like, yeah, Tibbs overplays his guys, he overplays his guys, and he overplays the starters. But this season, as far as the regular season goes, he did a good job of managing guys' minutes. Jules' injury wasn't a factor of like overplaying. He had a freak injury. He fell and dislocated his shoulder, then had a setback. OG Anunoby messed up his elbow on a play, then his hamstring on a play. Like and then the rest of the guys, Brunson, Hart, they all got hurt during the playoffs when they was only eight. They only had about 8 guys to play. And it's just like at that point, bro, when you really trying to win, you gotta play Josh Hart all game. You gotta play Isaiah Hartenstein damn near all game. Like you just like if you want to win, like when it comes down to it, you really got to, bro. Like yeah, Alec Burks had like some good games that had good moments, but you, especially from what he showed us when he came back to us from Detroit, you can't 100% rely on him. Deuce McBride's in his 3rd year. His first year, really, he's in the G League in January or in December. It's just like, yeah, he had good moments and stuff, but it's just like, do you really 100% trust him? And yet, maybe you got to a little bit more in those situations, but at the same time, like when you're so strapped on players and so strapped on bodies, you gotta overplay guys in a sense, bro, to try to have a shot at winning. So that I didn't mean to cut you off or nothing, but that I've been seeing that narrative go around about Tibbs and about this team in particular, bro. I just don't think it fits.
I get that, and I completely understand where you're coming from, and I can understand that narrative because of his past times. But even still, you can't win an NBA championship without a bench. That's just that's the point of role players as well. Like people who come off the bench, that's like in a sense like you have to have people who come off the bench for your team to still produce. Like that's you won't make it far in the playoffs, but because like the lack of a bench, and it's like that will affect you because if you look at all the other teams, you look at how the Mavs have people off the bench that come off the bench. You have Tim Hardaway Jr., you have Derek Lively, then ooh, and then who else? Drawing a blank for the Mavs. But like all these other teams have people who have depth, like they have depth a little bit. So that helps them give breaks and still provide offense. And that was, so you won't be able to.
But those teams are healthy though, bro. They got bodies. They got bodies.
Your starters got hurt. Yes, your starters got hurt, but you still didn't use your bench. Like even still, like at a certain point, you just gotta potentially try because this is for the season, or like, all right, we gotta really try. Let's see if they can do something. Like give them a couple minutes in. Like you not doing nothing and just putting all that faith in them is just like it's gonna work out for a series. But trying to do that continuously the entire time if you win the next series and the next I just don't think that would work regardless. So you just would still have to just start trying things. It's the playoffs. Get creative. Who knows? It might work. So I don't know. That's just why I'm saying. Like I just feel like the bench is still always going to be needed to help win NBA championship.
No, for sure.
The Pacers. I mean, listen. Pacers caught a break 2 times in a row. I don't know. That's all I really got to say on that. I mean, yeah, they're a good team, but let's be for real. They should not be here. They shouldn't. They shouldn't have made it past the first round. But when the Bucks don't have Giannis, it's like, all right, this is our chance. They took their opportunity, and they lasted out the Knicks because they just stayed healthy. It sucks that the Knicks fell apart, but yeah, that's all. And
I think no, my fault. No, you good. My bad.
No, you good. I was always gonna say, and then the other series was the other series. Like I don't know, like the Celtics won. They did, Whew, good job.
Yeah,
Round
that's
of
how
applause.
I felt about the Boston series too. Like once D Mitchell went down with the calf injury, and then they said that Jared ain't want to take that shot, bro. I was like, yeah, it's over. Like, it's shit, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I want to ask you. Actually, I want to ask you though, because I've been hearing some stuff about a lot of debates about Jared Allen should have taken the shot just to try to play, and some people said no, he shouldn't have because he literally couldn't lift his arm because his return so badly.
Mhm.
So I have a two-part question. One is, do you think he made the right decision? And my second one is, if you were in his position, what would you do?
I'll go real quick. I think he made the decision for himself, and it's not really up to me to say that's the right decision. But I can't be mad at him. He made the decision he felt like was right for himself. And like my thing is, people are getting on him about not taking the shot or not playing through an injury. It seems like in general, but Donovan Mitchell, nobody's getting on Donovan Mitchell about not playing through his calf injury or possibly taking a shot or some type of treatment to play through his calf injury. So it's just like, and another thing with it's just like, am I really going to go out there and sacrifice my body when I got Evan Mobley backing me up and I got to bang down low and he's my backup guy. And no offense to Evan Mobley, but he was as a big bro. He just doesn't have that physicality really.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah,
He really don't got that physicality yet to be able to play with them, bro. And well, I don't want to say that, but like consistently, like he gets his block as far as like from an athletic standpoint. But as far as holding somebody down in the post, dog, he's not doing that.
oh,
And I'm Jared Allen, and my ribs is already hurting from the series before when we was playing Orlando. I had to bang with Wendell Carter and Paulo and whatnot. Bro, go ahead. We just Boston. We losing.
we
And
lose.
so that kind of answered Chris's question, his second question. If I would have done it, if I were Jared Allen, if I was in that position, bro, I probably wouldn't have done it either.
Fair. Can't listen. Fair. Kyrie, go ahead. Keep going.
What was? Let's see. What? When did he get hurt? What game in the series was it?
It was in Orlando. I wanted to say like game 4 or something like that. Game 3.
Okay. And then when did he re-aggravate it? Did he play? Did he play that entire series? Or no, he didn't play that entire series.
No, he ended up missing like the past couple games of that series.
Okay, so he missed a couple. Personally, I feel like, you know what? If he felt like they wasn't in the best position that they was going to win, don't take it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if I feel like I don't trust my team and we are not going far, or I don't see us winning against this team, why put yourself at risk? Why not just be like, all right, we're gonna have to chalk it up and try again next year, That's why you could have looked at it. He was like, well, better luck next year on us. We can come back prepared because we're very unprepared to try and beat the Celtics right now. And why put myself through this? Why put myself through that? Because it's a waste of time. That's how I. So personally, me, yeah, I don't know. I'm not taking it because if I see that, if I don't believe in my team that we gonna win,
Yeah.
I'm not taking it. I'm not wasting my time. That's wasting my time.
Oh man. All right, Kyrie. Where was you at exactly, Kyrie? Friday.
I said what I needed to say about the Knicks and Pacers series.
Kendrick, did you put in your 2 cents?
Kendrick went
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Chris,
Now Chris was asking the question. He was like because he was like, oh, about the Jared Allen thing, but
listen, listen, man. This has been a hell of a series. I mean, the NBA playoffs. I mean, it's really been exciting. This is probably one of the best playoffs, probably since the past couple of years in terms of like the back and forth swings, the game sevens. It's crazy. Go ahead, Mar.
I just want to go over that question real quick that Chris asked.
Go
Me
ahead.
personally, if I'm looking at a team, probably if we're looking at them like we probably can't beat them, but if we're looking at another team and they're down a player, and it's the player that's going to be my matchup, which is Porzingis, and he's not there, which kind of gives them like an edge. Like when they got Porzingis, they're like a whole different cheating ass team.
Right.
So with him not on the court, it's like, okay, if Jared Allen, being me, if I don't play, I'm one of the main factors of changing the series because they don't have Porzingis. Now, if they had Porzingis, and I don't think I would change the series, I probably wouldn't play. But with my matchup being out, and I have Al Horford and Sam Hauser on me, I'm fucking playing. That's just me.
Oh, okay. No, okay, that's fair. Okay, that's one way to look at it.
I mean, not Hauser, the boy Luke Cormet. My bad.
Luke Cornett. What's your thoughts?
Whatever the big is. But me personally, I'm playing. If my main matchup is out, and I feel like we have a better chance because one of their X factors are out, and I can be a game changer for us while their game changers out, I'm gonna play.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Anyone want to add anything further to that?
I definitely understand that, and I can't disagree more at all. The only
Like,
other
I'm not
point,
going to disagree with y'all, but yeah,
no, for
it's
sure,
definitely respectable both ways.
for sure. The only other point I wanted to throw in that I forgot was like with the D Mitch injury, he's honestly been hurt since the Magic series. Like he's been limping on that leg and
Yeah.
like with that
Yes.
leg since the Magic series. So I'm also thinking if that wasn't like in Jared's mind too, like yo, like our star player might not even be playing when I come back. Like that goes into the factor like is it really worth it or not for real, for real. I mean, but I
Oh
definitely get
yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Makes
Oh
sense.
no.
Makes sense.
Great point, Kyrie.
as far as coming from though, as far as Porzingis being out, because he could have been a factor down there with that card.
Great point. Man, great point. Great. Hey, Chris, great questions coming from you, man. But let's swing it over to the last topic. We're gonna finally give our predictions. We gave a recap of the second round. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys had a good, good couple of laughs, but we get into the meat and potatoes now, man. Listen, I'm gonna keep it on Mar. I'm gonna keep the spotlight on you, Mar. We're gonna stay on the West. We're gonna go to the West. Listen to me, man. Your Mavs and the Wolves.
You already
Uh,
know.
but listen, all right. We listen. How many games and who's the X factor?
Dallas and 4. Sorry, no, I'm lying.
Oh,
Don't pay me no mind. I'm lying.
Oh, we told
I just had to see if everyone was listening and paying attention. Had to see if everyone was paying attention. I'm definitely gonna go Mavs in 7. Definitely gonna go Mavs in 7. Just because Luka hasn't, in my opinion, Luka hasn't had a good playoff series yet this year. He hasn't been playing like Luka, so I feel like this is the series where he turns into 33, 10, and 13. They're 35, 10, and 13. And with Kendrick's point, Kyrie has just been the closer in the first 2 series. Thank God we had PJ Washington to hold us down during the first half while Luka just does nothing in the first half but complain to the refs. So thank you, PJ Washington, for holding us in the first half for like the last 3 games of the series. Because Kyrie has just been the closer. He's just been cruising to like the fourth quarter. Because that's when Luka doesn't play. It's like Kyrie and Bron. Like he literally gives Kyrie the ball damn near every put. Like he gets the rebound, he looks for Kyrie, which is kind of like
it's like it's Luka's team.
It's weird, but it's good because it's like, all right, I've been waiting for Luka to be like to play off the ball. Like I've been waiting for him to do that. And it's like he has somebody to defer to and he's doing it willingly. Like he's not complaining. He sees Kyrie in the fourth quarter. He's giving it to him. He don't matter if he missed the last 3. He's giving it to him every time in the fourth, unless Kyrie give it back. So I'm loving it. But like Kendrick said, he's gonna have to get started earlier in this series. They might flip it. They might have PJ Washington and Kyrie do the first half and Luka show up in the second half. Who knows? But we're definitely gonna need all 3 of them to get started early, especially Kyrie. So I'm gonna go Mavs in 7. If it was me out there, I'd just say let Rudy Gobert get 50 points. If we lose to Rudy Gobert, fuck it, we lose to Rudy Gobert. But I ain't gonna be too long on this. I'm gonna move to the East. Like I told y'all last week or last episode I was on, Pacers to the finals. You don't have to believe me. I don't have.
How many games though?
Right, Pacers. Why? This is what
How
I said. Pacers,
how many games?
Pacers in 6. Now hear me out. Pacers in 6. Now hear me out. They don't listen. They said Porzingis might come back for what? Game 4, game 3.
Outrageous.
Bro, without Porzingis, bro, they're not the same team, bro. I promise you, bro. I promise
That's
you.
true, but
they're struggling right now. They're struggling right now. They're not struggling because Indiana don't play defense. But Porzingis is a whole different piece in there, buddy. No diddy.
Porzingis.
So it's just like I don't know, like Indiana. I don't know, and I don't like I said. I don't have a logical explanation. But if Porzingis was playing, maybe Indiana in 7. But
oh my God!
it's like I don't know how I can't put my finger on
Is it
bro.
Tyrese Halliburton? Is it Miles Turner stepping up?
It's just a gut feeling. Like
TJ McConnell must be the X factor for you then.
I literally have no explanation. It's literally a gut feeling.
Gut feeling. All right, listen.
I'm telling y'all.
Listen.
It's gonna be Pacers
gut feeling.
Pacers and Mavs. Next person. Pacers and Mavs.
Yeah, all right. Listen, wait, Mark, I do got one question before I swing it to Kyrie. Mark, so I'm guessing for the Wolves, I guess they throwing Jaden McDaniels on Luka, and then Ant would have to be guarding Kyrie.
Ant said Kyrie's gonna be his matchup. They got a better chance throwing Nas Reed. Jaden McDaniels not guarding Luka.
Ooh, okay.
He's too small.
He's too small?
Bro, Luka's like 6'10", 260.
Oh, no, he's not. Luka's 6'7". Jaden McDaniels 6'9".
He's not 6'7",
like
bro.
Luka Chandler Parsons or some shit.
6'7", bro.
All right.
Not 6'7", bro.
Luka's not 6'10".
You probably still think KD's 6'9", don't you?
I think KD's 7 foot. That was high school. That was high school. But anyway, put that aside. Listen.
That was the biggest discrepancy.
All right.
McDaniel's too skinny, in my opinion, bro. You gotta throw Reed on him. He's too skinny.
Listen, Kyrie, I'm gonna swing it. Kyrie, I'm gonna swing it to you. Can you? Who do you have? Who do you have one in the West? How many games? Who's the X factor? I gotta pull up some stats real quick.
The West. I got Minnesota at 7, and I think the X factor is who marked down. I think it's gonna be Jaden McDaniels, and the one reason, and Luka's gonna do Luka things. I'm not coming like.
FYI, Luka is 6'7".
Yeah,
bro,
we knew
bro, he got measured at 18 years old. Don't you stop? You still grow until you're 2021.
I'm looking on NBA.com right now.
Basketball, bro, they don't remeasure him after the rookie year.
Bro, he not no 6'10" though. Come on.
Oh no,
bro, he would shoot, bro. If he came in the league at 6'7", he probably shoot at 6'8".
You're fried. He stood next to KD, and he. All right, wait. Go ahead, Mark.
If he came in the league at 6'7", let's say he grew to 6'8". You wear basketball shoes. Don't they give you like an extra inch and a half? 6'9" and a half. 50. The boy's stocky.
All right, Kyrie, go ahead.
Is he not as tall as Jason Tatum? Is he not as tall as Jason Tatum? Answer that.
Is he not?
No, I think Tatum a little taller.
I think Tatum a little taller than him. Tatum is 6'8". Luka 6'7".
Either way, it's still an inch, bro. Exactly. My point exactly. So if you want it, like I said, he's damn near 6'9", 6'10".
Mar, you got it. Listen,
so what the hell is Wemby for real? Wemby like 7. Wemby gotta be like 7'5" at that point. 7'6".
In my opinion, Wemby 7'6". I don't know why he's 7'5", 7'6", 7'7" to me.
No, that's actually legitimate though. Luka not 6'10" though. That much.
Yeah. At the end of the day, bro.
You lost me there, buddy.
That's fine. You don't gotta believe me. You don't gotta believe me.
We watched it. We can see on TV and figure it out.
Nigga said TV.
I don't know. Hold on. Wait, now.
You can watch in person. Watch in person.
Time out. I will say this. Drop a little science on y'all. I looked this up.
Please do.
Most men's growth plates close by the age of 21. So
thank you.
So So and it says some men continue to grow until their early 20s. So once it
Thank
closes
you.
at 21, you're done. However, Mar does have a very valid point that he is saying that they do not remeasure
Thank
after
you.
the combine.
Thank
So
you.
what you come in as is what you come in as. And if you coming in at 18 years old, you still might
Thank
be
you.
able to
But
slip out an inch or two.
Thank
But
you. Thank
I
you.
could have swore they went and re-signed.
Luca not was it? Luca was 19 going into 20 when he came in the league. So it's not like he wasn't. Yeah, he was 19 going into 20 going into the league. So
Bro,
it's
at the
like,
end of the day, he's not 6'7", bro. If you still think he's 6'7", he's not. At the end, even if he
all
is
right,
6'7",
okay,
you put
all
on
right,
basketball
okay,
shoes, you're
okay,
6'9". So at the end of the
bro.
day, bro, he's not gonna be 6'7" on the court, literally. At the end of the day, that's my
When the
point.
when the
He's not
Mavs go
6'7" on the court.
when the Mavs play the Sixers next season, we're gonna go to one of the home games.
Next,
We're gonna settle it once and for all.
next.
Next, go ahead, Mark. Oh, Kyrie, go ahead.
Listen, but that's cool. Luka can be his little 6'9.5", bro. But I think Dan McDaniel was a legitimate 6'9", with like a
6'10", 6'9". So yeah,
6'9", maybe 6'10", with
that's legitimate.
like a 7-foot wingspan, bro. And if there's one thing we know Luka loves, bro, outside of just creating in the ISO, it's them picks. He loves coming off them screens. And Jaden McDaniels is one of the best screen defenders we have. That's why he's on the all defensive team. He's
Sure
one of
is.
the
Just
best.
did it.
He's one of the best screen defenders that's in the league right now, bro. As far as navigating, as far as going under and still being able to contest the shot, still being able to get into the play. I honestly feel like that's going to bother Luka a lot in this series. Again, I still think Luka's going to do his thing. But I think Jaden McDaniels guarding him is going to be a much different look than Lou Dort, who's about 6'4", 6'5". We could argue about his height all day too. He probably like 6'3" for real.
Yeah, I
But
think he's 6'3". Yeah,
he probably like 6'3". He looks like
yeah.
college like damn there. But with Jaden McDaniels, bro, I think him being a bigger body as far as like length and height goes, I think that's really going to bother Luka. And outside of that, though, I think Cat really has to go. It really has to be a go-to scorer because he has guys. I feel personally like they have to get in foul trouble as far as Gafford and Lively goes because I don't see Rudy having a easy time rebounding and defending them as well, like hanging with them either. So I think Cap got to alleviate a lot of that pressure and go out them, make them defenders and get them in foul trouble. But as far as lastly, as far as like Ant goes. I think Ant's gonna have a hell of a series because I think they're gonna see what Mar touched on as far as the Nuggets double teaming him all game long, even when he don't got it going. Because I've seen the Mavs do this in regular season too, where they double team guys and they show extra attention to guys too. And a lot of teams aren't really that good at it because they lose attention of all the other guys around the court,
Right.
and a lot of them aren't good in good positions. And that leads to offensive rebounds. We've seen it in Game 7 with the Nuggets and Wolves. Jamal Murray not helping out and not being in the correct places led to a Nas Reed offensive rebound. Kentavious Caldwell Pope not being in the right places, ball watching, not watching this guy, being ready to help on Anthony Edwards led to offensive rebounds and guys getting open. So I honestly could see the Mavs not making a lot of those same mistakes, which allowed Ant to go one-on-one a little bit more and be more free. Because I assume it's going to be Derrick Jones Jr. guarding him.
No.
And Derrick Jones Jr. is a solid defender. But I think if you let Ant go one-on-one with him, let him come off the screens, let him get busy in the pick and roll. But I think it's gonna be a much different series than we see from Ant and against Denver. So
Great point.
I got Mavs in 7. As far as the East, I got Boston in 7.
Okay.
I think the Patriots honestly can push it to 7 games with them because, like I mentioned before, they're healthy and they're pesky, and that that really goes to a testament to their bench because their bench guys just know how to keep that light going when we seem like a Halliburton doesn't have it going, or Miles Turner's not really being aggressive or having his shot. We see Isaiah Jackson come in and provide offensive rebounds and get block shots. We see Nesmith, Andrew Nemhard go and try to get his own buckets. He had a big 3 against us to put us away in I want to say Game 3, I believe.
Game 3.
But yeah, I think the Pacers could really push them, but the reason I give the edge to Boston is because we haven't seen Jason Tatum really have a moment yet this playoffs. And when you look at the matchups, he doesn't really have anybody favorable guarding him. It's either like Pascal or Aaron Nesmith. Pascal's too slow, Nesmith is too small.
Yeah.
So we've seen Jaylen Brown be the superhero. We've seen Jaylen Brown be the first option, and they've been winning. He's been playing very well, especially since Kristaps went down. And there are others, Drew Holiday and Derek White playing well as well. But Jason Tatum, I think he has to have a moment, and he has to have a stretch of games where he absolutely goes off and he's dominant. He takes the series over, and I think he could do it because he has the favorable matchup against Indiana, as far as like one-on-one matchups go. So I got to give it to Boston in 7.
Kyrie, great analysis. Kendrick, I'm gonna swing it on you. Spotlight's on you. Then we go to Chris. Last but not least, go ahead, Kendrick.
It's really simple. I'm gonna go East first. Celtics in 5. I mean,
Celtics
I
in
respect.
5.
Yes. I respect Mars. Gut feeling, and that would be interesting. That's some great basketball. Truly, I would love to see it. But to me, I just don't. I don't see the Pacers pushing it to 7. I don't. I personally think the only way that it gets pushed to 7 is that every game the Pacers win, the Celtics go like 2 for 30 from 3. I feel like that's the only way we watch this series go to 7 games if they because the Boston's known for dropping a game or two. Like we've seen it throughout the playoffs. They have dropped a game or two in every series. So that's going to be expected. But I just feel like they're going to maybe drop one game, and then after that they're just going to get everything back in order, and take the series in 5. So yeah, nothing really. There's nothing that's going to stand out. The Celtics is just a better team. That's all it really is. It's just the Celtics is the overall better team, even without Porzingis. They're still the better team. There's nothing that loss doesn't really take away, because it just shows how deep they are as a team to be like, oh, we lost someone, but it's not that detrimental. So that's all. And then for the Mavs and Timberwolves, I have the Mavs in 6.
Oh man, I forgot. You a Mavs fan now. I forgot.
I am.
Gotcha.
I'm actually a Luka Doncic fan, but I will support his team.
Okay.
But yeah. So why do I think the Mavs? It's solely because one, it's just I feel like that offensive power is going to outmatch the Timberwolves, and the reason why is because they are going to attack Rudy Gobert on defense and force him out the game. And if you force him out the game, then you can attack the rim. Then they can actually get into the dribble drives and the dish outs and crash. And drive, penetrate, and dish it out to the shooters. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to get Rudy Gobert to get out of the game. They're going to force him out of the game, and then make him a liability on both sides, offense and defense. Trying to get him in the foul trouble, get him out, and then now you just have to deal with Cat and Nas. I'm just saying, it's much easier to deal with Cat and Nas than Cat and Gobert.
That's true.
That's just in my opinion, especially how the Mavs are set up and the way they are built. I just feel like that's a better setup for them, and so they would be have the ability to take the series in 6. They'll lose the first game as always, because that's just the history. That's how they've been consistently throughout the past 2 years in the playoffs. So I see the Mavs going to the finals, and I see it being Mavs Celtics, and then, as I will always say, Mavs in 6 until I can't say it no more.
All right, Chris. Great analysis on Kendrick, Kyrie, and Mars. It's just hilarious. But great analysis. But Chris, last but not least, swing it to you. Just give us your thoughts before we headed off home.
All right, so I'm gonna go touch on the Mavs and Timberwolves series. So my heart wants the Mavs to win, only because I'm not salty that Timberwolves beat us, but it was just the way it happened. I was just like, damn. And I already had a feeling that after Rudy Gobert had that turnaround shot, like he was drinking the whiskey, that we was going with.
Yeah, I did too. We all thought that.
There's no game cool for us. Okay.
You skipping on Chris.
I was gonna say
The
something.
audio.
Oh, Chris, you going in and out.
Got you.
Nice.
That's
Am
what
I clear
happens
now?
with Mr. 45. Yep, you're on 45.
That didn't make any sense what you just said.
I just said you're on
That joke
45.
No. You said that's what happens.
That's all I
No,
said.
no. You ain't slick. You said that's what happens when you lose on 45. You're not slick. Come on now. You're not slick.
That's crazy.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
I didn't hear you. Anyway, the reason why I got I think the Timberwolves are going to win this game in 7 is because of the fact that if Ant does what he did against the Nuggets, then I feel like there's going to be a point in time where Jason Kidd is going to try to double team, is going to try to follow that might go ahead and double team Ant. And just like Kyrie said, that leads to opportunities open up for everybody else. I can't tell you how many offensive rebounds I counted in the last 5 minutes of that fourth quarter, just because Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, sometimes Michael Porter Jr. before he got taken down, and KCP, weak side help, just not boxing the man out. And I'm just seeing these big 6-7 footers, Nasri and Cat, just driving in like, damn, nobody gonna put a body on him. And it always bad enough because it was, and he don't even jump high off the ground as it is. So when you gas that can't jump high off the ground, he basically just putting his hand up, standing on his tippy toes at that point. So he needs somebody to box him. He needs somebody to help rebound, and they weren't helping him. And I feel like the difference maker in this series, I think it's gonna be, nobody said his name, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and I say that because I don't know how everyone else feels, but I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is one of the most inconsistent players I have ever seen play the game of basketball in my entire life. And he's a cool brother because he went to Michigan. But he is so inconsistent. That man will drop 25, 30, and then go 10 straight games score less than 10, then go off for 35, and then he going back down to average to 13 and stuff. You're just like, you make up your mind on how you want to play. And I'm under the circumstance that I cannot trust Tim Hardaway to consistently show up for his team. Now, to me, consistently is you make 2 or 3 threes a game and you make the right pass. I have more faith that in the Timberwolves on showing up more than the Mavs. Not only that though, but what I noticed in the Timberwolves series is another big X factor outside of Nickeil Alexander-Walker is going to be Naz Reid. Because when he's in the game, if he's in the game with Cat, and he's going to take it a long way out the paint, which is going to leave it wide open. And if they close in, he's able to knock down the 3-point shot. I feel like he was the big difference maker in that Nuggets series because when they won a game, I'm trying to think. When they won a game, I believe it was 2. Yeah, when they won game 2, Naz Reid scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. Even with Ant going off, Naz Reid closed out the fourth quarter. So I feel like Naz Reid won them 2 games. I feel like Naz Reid won them game 7 because while Ant was struggling and while the rest of the people did their part, when it came to the fourth quarter, when Cat got 5 fouls and went on the bench, Naz Reid came in and was grabbing offensive rebounds, getting scoring, playing defense. He did everything. And again, when you face the Mavs have 2 rim protectors, so he's going to bring them out. And they don't always have Naz Reid playing with Gobert unless Cat's in foul trouble. So if Cat is the first person to come out the game, and now you got basically a 5 out wide, everybody basically get an ISO. They double team, can't get to the open man. And then at the same time, they're hungry. I'm not saying the Mavs are hungry, but Ant gives them a different type of confidence that I have never seen out of anybody else on that team. He just gives them so much confidence. And when they get confidence, they're deadly. Because of that, I'm going to say Timberwolves in 7. I think it's going to be a fun series. I hope it's going to be a lot of bucket score, but Timberwolves in 7. Okay. I'm going to agree with Mar and take the Pacers. I don't really care how many games.
Outrageous.
No,
yeah.
It's not outrageous. You know why it's not outrageous? Because I'm gonna translate to football real fast. You know how sick and tired I am that the San Francisco 49ers are always in the Super Bowl mix, yet can never get the job done? You know how sick and tired I am of that? That's literally what the Boston Celtics are. Every
You're gonna have some
year,
Celtics fan comment.
I don't care.
It's facts.
Literally,
Oh,
ever since Jason Tatum's rookie year, they've always been in the mix. Always been in the mix to win a championship. Some years they've had reasons for not winning it. Other years they lost to the 8 seed. They lost to the 8 seed last year. Should have beat the Golden State Warriors, but Steph just went to God mode. They lost to the Heat in the bubble when they should have played the Lakers. I'm not saying they were going to win that series, but I'm just saying they've had multiple chances to not only get to the finals, but to win the finals. And yet we're still here, and they have not won the finals yet. Mind you, they got to get ready to pay Jason Tatum over $300 million this offseason. So I feel like in a year or two, they're going to be out of actual legit chances to get the job done because they're just going to be so over the salary cap that they're going to be in the Sun situation where they got to sign people to veteran minimum deals. And sooner or later, that's not going to fly. Sooner or later, it's not going to fly. So, because of that, and because I'm just sick and tired of always seeing the Boston Celtics in this situation, I feel like they're going to lose. I feel like the key games in this series are going to be 3 and 4. I already got them splitting the first two home because Boston at home in the playoffs for some reason sucks. Don't know why they're mid at home in the playoffs. Normally you should be good at home, but they're mid at home in the playoffs. So the key games are going to be 3 and 4 because if Indiana ends up splitting the first two games and they defend home court, Boston's not winning 3 straight against Indiana. I don't care. I don't care if Porzingis plays. I don't care. I don't have to win 3 straight against Indiana. I really don't.
all right.
Because there's always that 1 or 2 games in the series where they just decide, you know what? We played in front of a home crowd for so many games this year. Let's not play basketball today. Let's not show up. Let them boo us for once. Why? I don't know. Why do you want to put your fans to that? I don't know. I find it funny, but I don't know why. So, because of that, I'm hoping that, the Pacers end up winning the series. X Factor, the home court. That's my X Factor, home court. Can Boston defend home court as the X Factor? I don't feel like they will, which is why they're going to lose. If they're able to win both games, game 1 and game 2 at home, they're going to win the series. If they split, they're not winning the series.
Oh, listen, great analysis.
I really agree with that, Chris, because as somebody that just had to watch the Pacers play at home a bunch of times, bro, they got a different energy and they just got a different type of feel to them when they in their home building, bro. And you can see it in their play style. You see it in Halliburton. You see it in Pascal and Miles. They just become a different team when they play at home, bro. And you're right. That was a good shout out for the X Factor.
Great X Factor. Can't complain. And that, go ahead, Chris. You want to add anything else?
I'm going. Even though I said the Timberwolves, I predicted the Timberwolves to win the series. Excuse me. I am really excited to see Kyrie. I said Kyrie. I'm sorry. I'm excited to see Luka versus Sam. It's almost like a change in the guard in the NBA right now with this one because I feel like this is going to be one of the next big rivalries. And low key, I think we're going to see one with the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Because for some reason, already in my mind, I am assuming that in the playoffs next year, whether it's the first round, second round, or conference finals, they're going to match up against each other again. So this is just going to be another. This is going to be another team that is going to eventually become a rival of Ant, which is Luka. So it's just fun that we're going to see this matchup for the first time in the playoffs and for a trip to go to the NBA Finals. So
can't complain. Listen, man,
that's just Luka.
That's an excellent way to end off this episode, man. We're going to segue out. That concludes episode 158 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. I want to give a shout out to every
And the Thunder suck.
And I want to give a shout out to every single co-host, excluding Mr. 45, who just spoke, if you happen to catch that. Thanks a lot for sticking with us this long. If you guys have, really appreciate it. So listen, check us out. Too. Okay, Mr. 45. With that being said, you can check us out on all streaming platforms. No problem, Mr. 45. With that being said, you can check us out on all platforms. Apple, Spotify. You can check us out on YouTube as well. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The last episode, shout out to the subscribers and shout out to everyone that liked the video, man. That it's our highest video That video is doing numbers. We're close to 1,000. I believe we're 830 something as we speak. I can't look at the stats right now, but you guys are running it up. We guys got some comments too. You know, you guys a little trash talk. You guys give your opinion. So listen, keep commenting, give us your opinion and feedback. We'll be more than glad to respond, answer, address it on the episode. We appreciate the feedback. That's how we get better. Listen, hopefully you guys enjoy this episode as much as we enjoy recording it. Thanks a lot, everyone. Enjoy the episode. Have a great night.